Are you talking about the engineer Rashid factor?
Not just him. He's just one pawn in this whole thing. Delhi has tried so many other ways of.
Why do you call him a pawn?
What other way would you describe him? What other way is there to describe somebody who comes out of jail for 20 days, where everybody else in that case is still languishing in prison? I can understand in the way in which Arvind Kejriwal came out, that was a case against him alone. In the FIR that has been filed and the charge sheet that has been filed in the matter in which Engineer Rashid is arrested, 4 other people are named: Yasin Malik, Shabir Shah, Asia Andrabi, and Masrat Alam. How come they're not out?
Rashid isn't accused, though, as far as I know, of killing someone. The other
No, I'm talking about this charge sheet.
Yeah.
That charge sheet is different.
Yes.
But in this particular charge sheet, in which
this is about terror funding,
they are also named in that particular one. I'm not talking about the other case, but in this case, how is it they're not being considered? There are so many other people, I mean, who have been arrested under the UAPA, who don't even get a date in court, much less bail. And we know so many high-profile cases of that nature. The people who sort of in their misplaced enthusiasm set off smoke grenades in parliament and then did some sloganeering, they are struggling to get their bail heard under UAPA. This guy, somehow the NIA quite happily sort of waters down its objections and he walks out.
Let's assume for a moment that what you're saying is correct and this is a very planned release, both for the Lok Sabha and now. People still have to vote for it. People still have to believe in the story that Engineer Rashid represents. Now, for years, he's been an independent MLA. He used to, it's amazing that everybody's forgotten this, but he used to organize beef parties. You will, of course, remember that.
I was in the assembly when my members saved him from being beaten up.
Yeah.
I remember when, they literally wanted to lynch him in the assembly. And my MLA at that time from Home Shalibug and Pahalgam stood in front and protected him.
How do you ideologically, if he is a BJP proxy as you allege, how do you ideologically understand this moment? Has nobody reminded the BJP about
at this point in time, I believe the BJP will give free rein to anybody to say whatever they like, so long as the votes that are being cut belong to the National Conference Congress Alliance. You can pretty much say what you like.
But even so, I ask you, people still have to vote for him, right? The BJP can put him out there, the NIA can release him. Ultimately, it's up to the voter who to vote for.
Sure.
So obviously, he's capturing something on the ground.
Well, we don't know whether he's capturing
he did
anything
in the Lok Sabha. He did
in the Lok Sabha elections, he wasn't out.
Yeah.
So the symbolism of that election is very different from this one.
That was sympathy about him being in jail.
Look, his sons basically went out and said 2 things, both misleading. One, please vote for my father, otherwise he's going to be hanged. Now, the case in which he is arrested, the charges that have been framed against him do not include the death penalty as a punishment option. So that was an outright lie. The second thing they said was, vote for my father, we have to get him out of jail. That was a lie as well. Because you do not come out of jail on the basis of votes. If you did, Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, Hemant Soren, and so on and so forth, would never have been detained. So that was purely a campaign based on sympathy to tug at people's heartstrings and win votes.
And now that he's out on bail?
Now that he's out, look, the results will show. But so far at least, the response that he has got, whether in Baramulla on the first day that he came out of jail, whether in South Kashmir in the public meetings that he's had, has been far below what any of us would have expected. The fact that he's had to go and reach out to the Jamaat to tie up. Now, his politics and the Jamaat's politics are poles apart. This is clearly like a marriage of convenience because he's not getting the response he expected.
You know, I met some supporters, in fact, some candidates from his party, and they argued that perhaps there could be a hung assembly situation. They rejected, of course, the allegations that they're linked to the BJP. And I said, would you support the BJP in that scenario? And they said, well, there could be a few good people in the wrong party. Are you concerned that maybe there could be a hung assembly with a Jammu chief minister? Is that the plan that you think you have to counter on the ground? Is that the BJP's political master plan?
Well, clearly that's the BJP's plan because they've said as much. This is no secret. The Home Minister of India, while releasing the manifesto of the BJP, says that other than 2 or 3 parties, if we run short of the numbers, we will make them up with the rest of the people. The rest of the people include Sajad Lone of the People's Conference, Altaf Bukhari of Apni Party, Ghulam Nabi Azad of DPAP, Engineer Rashid of AIP, and all the other assorted independents that are floating around here. When the Home Minister of India owns them and says that should we fall short of the numbers, these are where we'll make up the numbers from. What does that tell you?
You're saying the Home Minister of India owns these people you've
He
just
said
named?
as much.
He didn't name these entities.
These are not my words.
He didn't name these entities.
No, but what he did do was name the ones he wouldn't tie up with.
Which are National Conference and Congress.
And then he alluded to the PDP. Now, the PDP I don't trust, because in 2014, they went out and asked for votes against the BJP and then went and tied up with the BJP straight away. So nobody's going to forgive and forget that so quickly. But the ones he did not name, which obviously means that they are the ones he will tie up with tomorrow, are the parties I listed for you.